Hey Eagles! Welcome back to the CVCS Athletics Podcast. I'm your host, Katelyn Metz, and today we have a very special guest joining us. On the show this week, we have our Girls Varsity Volleyball Coach, Kelle Bond. Coach Bond has been coaching volleyball for over 20 years, ranging from the junior high to the collegiate level. Her teams have won league, conference, CAF, and state championships, and she has been named Coach of the Year in 3 different states.
Heck yeah, Coach. In the past few years here at CVCS, Coach Bond has led the girls volleyball program to incredible heights, taking the team to the CIF and state finals in 2021, the CIF semifinals in 2022, and in the fall of 2023, guiding the girls varsity volleyball team all the way to the CIF finals and ultimately winning the CIF Division IV title. This year, the varsity team made another amazing run, going all the way to the CIF finals and winning the first round of state. Coach Bond, thank you so much for coming to be with us today. We're so excited to talk to you about this season, the team, and how faith continues to show up through volleyball here at CVCS.
So, Coach, let's start from the top. What were your goals and expectations coming into the season?
I think our goals as a coaching staff were, it's what we always hold to, that our players would know Jesus more and be known by him. I think we had tremendous goals, especially for our returners, because we had such a new group of teammates. And so the leadership that we demanded from our returning players was probably at a higher level than before, because we had far more new players than returners. And then I think our final goal is just to have a great experience. The gym needs to be fun, and that can involve both competition and involve fantastic memories. And we just want it to be a safe place where we can share and where we can spur one another on toward love and good deeds.
For sure.
Yeah. There were so many moments this season where the energy and trust on the court were amazing. Was there any specific moments that felt like a turning point for this team?
So one of the things Coach Katie and I talk about, and maybe this is something we don't know, but we really don't feel like our team is drama. Maybe they are, and we just don't know it. I don't think you are. So when you talk about these turning points, I really want to highlight just how coachable, how sacrificial all of our players are. And to not have a team with drama is really rare and incredibly sacred. The turning point as far as matches probably would have been against Dana Hills. It was the last matches of our regular season, and the way that we competed and the level we achieved was absolutely incredible. On a athletic level, I will say on an emotional level, one of my favorite turning points was the dance party in Mrs. K's room right before our CIF run. And to see you excited for one another and dancing and just enjoying your friendship was just a beautiful sight to see. So definitely athletically, Dana Hills. Emotionally, the dance party, the dance off.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's the best part.
Oh, yeah.
And especially because when we entered CIF, there was a lot of pressure. So when the pressure was on in CIF and state, what do you tell the team to keep everyone focused and calm?
I think I will steal from Coach Katie in that you play for the person next to you. I think when we can focus outwardly, because we are nervous, your coaches are nervous, you're nervous, of course we're nervous, but when we can focus on what our teammate is doing well, it takes the pressure off of us, and it really unites the team in an incredibly encouraging way. We tell our players all the time that your voice activates your body, and imagine what your voice does to someone else's body. And so that is kind of our mantra, is you play for the person next to you and you activate them by telling them all the good things that they're doing, and then that takes the pressure off of you.
For sure.
It's a really good answer.
Yeah. One of the things that makes this team stand out is the chemistry. You can feel it whether you're on the court or in the stands. What do you think that helps build the connection amongst the players?
I will tell you that this particular team has a deep sensitivity to the Lord and to each other. I think it's stunning. The leadership of our seniors, many of whom have never played for Coach Katie and myself, the spiritual leadership of our seniors, the freedom to share and pray and weep and laugh with one another. The freedom that they have created has really impacted our team in an eternal way that is unique. So the senior leadership compiled with just the returning players, compiled with a deep tenderness to the Lord and to one another. I think that's also why we don't have a lot of drama. Mm-hmm. I'm so thankful for just the eternal perspective of our players and the sacrifice that they continue to exemplify.
Yeah. And would you say that this team, like the spiritual maturity of this team has been distinguished from your past teams that you've coached?
Yes, like just across the board. And not that the other teams did not love Jesus and did not love one another. Absolutely. We preach that. You guys know that.
Yeah.
There is just a deep, mature, eternal perspective across the board. Mm-hmm. That starts with our senior class, and then everyone else comes alongside them for sure.
What has been your favorite off the court memory from this season?
Oh, that is easy. Up until a few days ago, I would have said Dana. Uh-huh. But for sure, the 5-set thriller against Chatsworth. I have coached for 27 years. And this match is in my top 5 by far. Being down 21-24 in the third set, coming back and winning 26-24. And then being down, I think we were 7-3 in the fifth. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Hopi, you served the winning point. So and Katelyn, you had the winning block. The fact that I'm sitting here with you two, it's just like, it is a memory that I will forever hold in my top 5. That you just battled and you did not give up. And that is by far one of my favorites. Even here at CVCS, it's got to be in my top 3 here at CVCS.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's definitely something me and Katelyn are gonna
remember
for our lives.
Yeah.
You've always been so intentional about building a team that balances competition with character. So how do you help the team stay grounded and positive even when things aren't going our way?
I think that I would look at you two and say that you have been instrumental, our returners, especially our senior leadership, our returning starters. Mm-hmm. Coach Katie and I can only do so much. Mm-hmm. But you both, along with our senior leadership and returners, understand the pulse of this team in ways that I do not. And so being able to have both of you, since you were freshmen, and I hesitate to say the word brainwash, but have both of you buy in and then model what it looks like to sacrifice, what it looks like to compete, what it looks like to address issues, what it looks like to confront. Mm-hmm. When I look at you two and I see how the patterns you have been as underclassmen and now as upperclassmen, you have set a precedent that I cannot demand. It's a precedent that you live out. And so our incoming players want to follow your patterns that you set. So I would love to give the credit to our coaching staff, but it is not. It is you. You respecting us, you following what we're asking you to do, and then doing it in your own way that makes it really attractive to our other players. So that's my answer.
Aw, thank you, Coach.
That's super sweet.
Good job, girls.
I know you kind of already talked about this, but one of the best parts of being part of this team is how like faith is woven into everything we do, and like how have you seen God show up through this team throughout the season?
I will tell you that every day we have prayer share, and there are times that it's really simple, and we're in and out in 2 minutes, and then there are times it's very complex, and there are tears, and there is devastation, and there is real life. And I think starting our practices in prayer share has always been a sacred part of who we are. I think that also lends itself to our players reaching out to one another through text messages, asking for a prayer. I think that has lent itself to the upper room, where our team has come together on a weeknight, just spending time in prayer together. I've never had a team do that.
Yeah.
You asked me how this team is different. The upper room is a huge reason this team is different. So I think just allowing the space and time at practice, and then allowing that space to extend to text messages, team dinners. I think about our last team dinner was so special to me. Hearing your thoughts about favorite memories, what you would tell incoming players, what advice you would give. That is a memory I will hold so tenderly because it was unexpected and it was beautiful. And so starting practices with prayer share and then having that bleed out to other areas of our life is pretty special. Yeah.
Have you had any like verses or like themes that have guided you this season as a coach?
You know, I think when I think about our season, I think about that passage, and for the life of me, I can't remember the reference, but it's praise be to God for his immeasurable gifts. Praise be to God. The idea of adoration has been this running theme in my own personal life this semester. Praise be to God for his immeasurable gifts. I look at you two. I look at your 16 other sisters on our team, and you are such incredible gifts to my life, to Coach Katie, to Pete. And I just praise be to God. I mean, am I really glad that we're playing in the quarterfinals of state and that we pulled off the 5-set W? Yes. But had it not been that way, the gifts that the Lord has given Katie and myself in you, you know, our ring is sitting in a box. You know, our plaques get dust on them. But the relationships that we have with you, that is eternal. And that, you know, dust and moth cannot destroy. So, yeah, I'm very, very grateful for the gifts that our team has been to us this year.
Yeah. And I think that's just something, like, you always give us praise and you always talk about us so well, but, like, I'm just going to talk about you right now. Like, something that stands out about you as a coach is that you 100% value our character and who we are as daughters of Christ over 100%. Skill any day. I think anyone could say that about you as a person, 100%. As a teacher and a coach. And it's just so, like, we stand in awe of your character and just to see you as this reflection of Christ as a coach, our coach, for the past 4 years for me and Katelyn. Like, it's been amazing, and we couldn't be more grateful that God made us. God made this team, and you and Coach Katie as our coaches.
Yeah.
We would say the same thing right back at you. Right back at you.
Love what you said about the theme for this year. And it's so cool to see how faith isn't just something we talk about. It's something we live out on the court. And so this brings us to, as the season wraps up, what's the biggest lesson you hope the team takes away from it?
Man, well, first of all, I hope that we continue into the end of next week. Selfishly, I hope we get all the way up
we all hope for that.
into the next week. Selfishly. I think eternally, I think my hope is that as you pour out his love to one another, that you will just remember his benefits. He is so good. The Lord is so good. And his benefits are great. And I think the more we can adore who he is and how he fills us, the more we can love our neighbor and our teammates well. It's summed up so simply: love God and love others.
Yeah.
But the more we get to know him, the more we can take his love and extend it to those around us. And I just want to keep doing that for the next week and a half, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
And then looking ahead, what are your hopes for the future of this program?
I am really thrilled about our JV and Foshsoft teams. We have great groups coming up. We have the great little class with our 8th grade students who are so excited they want to be playing now. I think it's to just continue to live out the presence of Christ. We love championships. We are ready to compete today. We love winning. But at the end of the day, when all of that is done, that we continue to model what it looks like to practice his presence. And if our girls can love each other sacrificially, then that is our hope for our teams and for our future.
Yeah, I love that.
That's awesome.
Well, Coach Bond, thank you so much for joining us today. We always love having you and your joyful spirit. It's been awesome hearing your heart for this team and all that God has done for us during this season.
And to everyone listening, thank you for tuning into the CVCS Athletics podcast. Be sure to follow along for more stories from your athletes and coaches as we continue to celebrate the hard work and faith behind CVCS sports.
This has been the CVCS Athletics podcast, where we play for a higher purpose.
This episode has been a production of the Capistrano Valley Christian Schools Podcast Network. Capistrano Valley Christian Schools is a Christian JK through 12 school in San Juan Capistrano, California. Be sure to check out, subscribe to, and leave a review of this show and the other shows on our network. Doing so supports the school community in a multitude of ways. For more information about the CVCS Podcast Network or any of our other shows, check out cvcs.org or email podcasts@cvcs.org. On behalf of the whole network, this is Mr. Jasper saying thank you again for listening, and stay tuned for more.